Remember the kid who was hospitalized in London for his vaping-related illness and put on life support? Well, he was actually released the following day and is reportedly doing fine. Now, what happened was he didn't actually have a vaping-related lung illness. What happened was he overdosed on nicotine. And let's be honest, the same kids who are doing this are the same kids who, if they did not have vaping, would be doing this. Overdosing on nicotine is the same thing as overdosing on, let's say, caffeine. Yes, coffee. Now, if you take too much, it can give you shaky hands, nausea, and, in some extreme cases, like attempted suicide, maybe it can kill you. Lethal doses are expressed in LD50. LD50 is the lethal dose required to kill 50% of a tested population. In 2013, the US FDA stated that there are no significant safety concerns with using more than one over-the-counter or OTC nicotine replacement therapy or NRT at the same time, or using one OTC NRT at the same time as another nicotine-containing product. The CDC's website states the fatal human dose for nicotine is 60 milligrams, but that can't be right. Now, their website cites a book from Lazuka in 1969. However, that book only mentioned the LD50 values for mice and rats and does not mention any human toxicity. The second book that was cited was by Lehman in 1949, but neither provided any supporting data. German literature published before World War II revealed some references to a textbook published in 1906 by Rudolf Kober, a renowned pharmacologist and pioneer of toxicology in Germany. In the chapter on nicotine, he makes the following statement: "The lethal dose of pure nicotine is hard to determine because it easily decomposes a bit. However, based on experiments and the severe symptoms evoked in 2 to 4 milligram doses, it is certainly not going to be more than 60 milligrams. Now, it is beyond any doubt that this short, not particularly convincing paragraph is the genuine origin of the lethal nicotine dose we still refer to over 100 years later." What led him to this momentous conclusion? Well, in his book, he refers to self-experiments performed by Dvorak and Heinrich, which the Austrian pharmacologist Karl Damian von Troff describes in a pharmacology textbook. Now, Kober summarizes for us saying, "Some of these effects resemble symptoms of typical nicotine overdosing, but 1 to 4 milligrams of nicotine will certainly not evoke the severe adverse effects described, such as clonic seizures and loss of consciousness." Now, curiously, Kober mentioned the pharmacologist Wilhelm Rehl, but he ignored Rehl's account of mild symptoms experienced in self-administering nicotine of up to 7.5 milligrams. More recent studies at the time from 1893 showed that a dose of 25 milligrams, or 50% of the alleged lethal dose, led to only minor adverse effects such as coughing and nausea. Thus, Kober guessed the lethal dose of 60 milligrams based on highly dubious self-experiments from 1859, while ignoring conflicting data. Since then, this value has been taken without scrutiny as the basis for worldwide regulation of tobacco and other nicotine. Recently, there has been an overwhelming amount of data through research that states you need at least 0.5 grams or 500 milligrams to kill an adult. Myself, I need anywhere between 800 to 900 milligrams of nicotine, but there have been cases cited in 1995 and 2005 where someone tried to commit suicide with 1,500 milligrams of nicotine and lived to tell the tale. You know what else has an LD50? Caffeine. Yes, coffee. And I'll admit it, it is much higher, but it still has one. So why don't we ban coffee? Why not pharmaceutical drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, even sugar? Even the sun kills more than 60,000 people a year. Maybe we should get Trump's Space Force to put a tinted glass dome over the earth. All of these things are bad for us, but they do good as well. And so instead of banning it, the government decided to keep them around to tax and make money off them. No different than marijuana. Once they realized how much money can be made, they legalized it. Recently, the CDC has admitted that the cause of these illnesses is THC and not nicotine. And still, they're trying to ban the healthiest alternative that we have to cigarettes. It's obvious that the governing bodies have set precedents that it's not exactly the health of the public they're concerned with, and that it's just about making money. So why don't you tax us too and move on? So please share this with your friends, family, and even strangers in the streets. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers so that we can get a custom URL and slap it on a billboard or a sign somewhere out in a busy street so that everyone can have access to the truth. Because if we can share the truth, we can save the youth. And remember, we don't blow smoke. Thank you.